starting to get there now. Nanny Dings won't get 5 this season, unfortunately. According to you, Nicky, he's going to fucking be the most improved player.
I'm going to tell you, he's going to get a point to this season, right? And he's going to get a chance and he's going to take it.
Run out of play. Just took a little nick, though, on its way, and West Ham will have a throw, and it's that Soufal to Bowen connection again. Bowen keeps it alive. Danny Ings rescues a point for West Ham. In the nick of time, Danny Ings strikes. Well, they've left it late, but they're going to leave Craven Cottage with something here this afternoon. And it was that quick thinking from Vladimir Soufal with the throw to Jarrod Bowen. We've seen it before, and we see it here again today.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but there we go. Danny Ings rescues a point at Craven Cottage. West Ham won. Fulham won. Fulham won. West Ham won the morning after the game before. Listen, we went into the game. It was a questionable starting lineup. Lucas Paquetá left out. Tommy Souček playing in that 10. Antonio playing up front, probably because of the Fulkrug injury. No Somerville, no Todibo. A lot of the starting lineup, you know, 3 of the new signings. Kilman retaining his place as usual, and Rodriguez playing. Apart from that, was there anyone else? I don't think so. But I must admit, when I saw the starting lineup, I mean, it comes out a little bit earlier now. I wasn't inspired, to be honest with you. I think, you know, Antonio had been in Honduras in midweek. I don't know what the idea behind Lucas Paquetá, maybe a fitness test. But I just thought to myself, you know, we're going to have the same old problems that we usually have with Antonio, which is lack of movement, and the same with Souček. Now, that's got to be the end of the experiment in terms of, you know, Souček and Antonio playing, because, quite frankly, and I mean this with the greatest respect, and I respect both players greatly, but they offered us nothing. And in fact, it was Souček's mistake that cost us the first goal. A simple pass, you know. We're trying to become this, or we're aspiring to become this sort of like ball playing, high intense, high pressurised side that wins the ball high up the pitch. And neither of them players can do this anymore. And I mean that with the greatest respects to them, as I say. It was very flat. You know, we got caught out a lot of times. Again, the same things that are happening week in, week out. We're conceding a lot of chances and not you know, we're struggling to create the said chances for ourselves. And that is exactly what happened in the first half. You know, Antonio was a passenger. Souček was, you know, Souček. You know, he offers you something, but Fulham have got some quite hefty centre halves. He wasn't winning any headers. He was offering very little up front or in midfield. It seemed to be like they were switching. So Antonio was going onto the wing at some points. I think Kudus was tucking in and Souček was going up front. It was an experiment that just didn't work, you know, and it left us very flat. Fulham took the lead, and it was quite a deserved lead, to be quite honest with you. It was a scrappy game. That lacked any sort of like quality, but they seemed to be the ones that wanted it more. Second half came, and you know, I always thought we was going to get a goal, and I thought if we'd got a goal early enough, I think the Bowen chance was the one. I thought we'd go on. We sort of took control of the game in the second half. You know, it was a lot more fluid. Somerville done really well when he came on. But I've got to praise the manager. As much as I'm going to criticise him for the starting lineup, I've got to praise him for changing things at half-time. He saw the problems. You know, everyone in the stand was talking about the problems. Everyone was talking about Souček and Antonio. You know, some of the basic mistakes that they make is, you know, it's criminal at times, to be quite honest with you. And it was, as I said, it was Wan-Bissaka. I don't think had a great game, if I'm honest. But he was caught up the pitch. Souček give it away with a simple pass that he should have made. You know, if you want to play that way, you know, players like that, they just can't be in the starting lineup anymore. You know, players that just can't play simple football, and that's what he struggles with. He struggles with a simple ball. He's great at arriving in the box late. He's great at, you know, that sort of goal scoring technique that he has. But simple balls is not his game, and that's the way we want to play. Gives it away, concedes, and then we roll the dice. You know, Paquetá and Somerville come on. I thought Somerville was quite impressive. I thought Alvarez was my man of the match. I thought he was everywhere. You know, he was really getting stuck in the midfield. It was a difficult afternoon for the midfield, and you know, the starting midfield, they didn't win it at all. You know, they took control of the midfield, Fulham. But once them changes started coming, and it was change after change after change. You know, he wasn't resting on his laurels. But I just thought to myself, when it got to about 85 minutes, I was thinking to myself, like, this isn't going to work. You know, I think he's giving himself too much of an uphill struggle. I think, you know, you needed to start the game on the front foot. They've got the goal, and it didn't look like our afternoon. You know, the chances were still few and far between, but you always thought if we got one, we might take one. So there it comes. Danny Ings comes on. He chucks two up top. Moments dying away, and I just thought, oh, this one's just going to get away from us. But there we go. Danny Ings at the death, winning the point. Striker's finish, you know, and that's what Danny Ings will give you. It will give you a natural striker's finish. It was great. It was fantastic finish the way he took it round the two players. Great cut back, you know. Great bit of play from Soufal. With a quick throw, Bowen kept it in well, cut it back, bang, Danny Ings, round two defenders, tucks it at the bottom corner, too much power for the goalkeeper. Simple as that, you know, simple as that. We need to create more chances. We do need to create more chances, but I do feel like the new players are starting to come into their own now, and they're starting to make a difference. I think some of them are ready to start. I'd like to see Somerville starting games, especially while Fulkrug's injured. Maybe get Bowen up front, because I thought Bowen up front was a lot more dynamic than Antonio. But there we go. What are your thoughts? Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Let's build up towards Chelsea. We've got some stuff coming up this week. But there we go. Keep your eye out for that. We'll earn point. You know, would have been good to have 3. We've had a bit of a tough start, but Chelsea next week, and who knows what happens. But there you go. One thing left to say. Come on, you guys.